Hi everyone, my name is Vamsi Reddy Allah. Today I am here to share you some insightful information regarding fixed cost, variable cost, and what is the importance of fixed cost and variable cost in decision making in manufacturing industries. First of all, let me tell you briefly regarding that what is fixed cost and what is variable cost. Fixed cost is an expenditure that is made at a time by a company which is invested in fixed assets like machinery or building or any other fixed asset. When it comes to variable cost, it's mostly related to manufacturing a product. All the costs what included in variable cost are regarding to product mostly. So whenever we are taking a decision whether to accept the contract for manufacturing a product, we need to consider we need to quote a price to the product. While while pricing the product, we need to consider first of all the cost of the product. Well, without classifying the cost into fixed and variable, we can't make good decisions. Now let us explain the importance with an example. Let me take an manufacturing industry of a pen. Suppose we are manufacturing a pen. The cost of production of a pen is rupees 16. Suppose the production capacity of an plant is some 10,000 units. Now we are producing 4,000 units presently. Now we got a contract of 5,000 units for manufacturing of pens, but they were offering the price of they are accepted they want to pay the price only at rupees 17 rupees. Let us think, now we are charging the price at 20 but they are offering only for 17. Now we need to accept or reject the contract. That's a major part. Now let us see, the cost of manufacturing is 16 rupees and that they are paying is 17 rupees. The margin is only 1 rupee, but it is important to see what is the cost of 16 rupees, what it contains really. The 16 rupees cost contains 6 rupees of variable cost and 10 rupees of fixed cost. The total fixed cost was the company is incurring is like 40,000 totally. If you are producing 10,000 units or if you are producing 4,000 units or you are producing 6,000 units, the fixed cost remains same. So it doesn't change. So now while accepting the contract, first of all we need to see majorly on the variable cost part by excluding fixed cost. The first variable cost is rupees 6 and the fixed cost goes on reducing per product when the production goes on increasing. So when we increase the production from 4,000 to another adding up the production to 5,000, the we will manufacture of about 9,000. So the 40,000 fixed cost is spread over 9,000 units of pen, so that the fixed cost decreases from 10 to some amount, so the margin increases. By that we can earn more profit when compared to previous. Now let's see the relationship between the variable cost, fixed cost with respect to production. The variable cost per unit remains constant for every additional unit produced, whereas the total variable cost changes with respect to increase in production. When it comes to fixed cost, the fixed cost remains constant with respect to the production. It doesn't change whatever amount of production increase or decrease, but per unit fixed cost goes on decreasing as we goes on increasing the production. This is the inverse relationship, and variable cost is like direct relationship with respect to production.
Have you ever been wondered why the large cap firms have been posting profits in thousand crores? Well, it's because of operating leverage. So, friends, now I'm going to talk about operating leverage. So, operating leverage is the change in the operating income with respect to change in sales. So, when here the operating leverage mainly focuses on fixed assets of the company. The higher fixed assets will result in higher operating leverage. So here we need to consider one factor which is operating leverage factor. So the formula of the operating leverage factor is contribution margin divided by operating income. So for example, if the operating leverage factor is 1.9, then the operating profit will be increasing by 1.9%. So and vice versa. So for example, if the operating leverage factor decreases by 2%, then the same thing happens to the operating income and it will decrease by 2%. Yes, not only large caps, mid cap and small caps should ignore operating leverage, but not in the short term, for the long term. Well, for example, Vishak Industries, Saregama, and then Uniply, and then India. So let me talk about Saregama. Saregama. The share price of Saregama in August was 2018, and then right now today's value is around 856 rupees. You may be wondering, but if you clearly do research, it's because of operating leverage. So basically, the company has introduced new products like caravans, preloaded installed music machines for old people and as well as youth. So when the sales of the caravans have been increased, so automatically the profit of the company have been increased. So which in result, it will also increase operating leverage.
Hi guys, I will tell you the difference between job order costing and process order costing. Job order costing is assigning a manufacturing cost to an individual product or batch products. And whereas processing costing is assigning a manufacturing cost in a mass production, in a bulk. Where job order costing is specifically divide the units and it will calculate it as direct labor plus direct material plus labor overhead. And activity based costing is assigning a cost to each raw material products to know the exact cost of each raw materials. Whereas traditional method costing is calculating total overheads with respect to direct labor hours to know the overhead cost, and we can know the exact cost where we can increase or where we can decrease the company's cost by using only activity based costing, because we can know here where the cost is increasing, in which material the cost is increasing, and in which material the cost is decreasing, so that we can increase or decrease the production according to the cost and according to the demand.
Now let's know about overheads. Overheads are expenses which cannot be directly allocated to a particular cost center. They are indirect expenses. Overheads can be better understood with the help of an example. For example, take Samsung. They produce many smartphones and different kinds of smartphones. For example, take a Samsung factory. It produces many kinds of smartphones. The electricity consumed in the factory cannot be allocated to a particular smartphone directly. For example, say the electricity expenses of the factory are 10 lakh rupees. If the factory is producing 10 kinds of smartphones, so 10 lakhs divided by 10, 1 lakh cannot be allocated to each kind of smartphone because it's inaccurate. It depends on the model of the smartphone. The production of a particular smartphone consumes more electricity. Electricity cost should be allocated more in number to the particular kind of smartphone. So overheads cannot be allocated directly. For allocating overheads, a basis is required, like square feet, units of electricity consumed, machine hours, etc. Overheads of a company are aggregate of indirect material, indirect labor, and indirect expenses. Overheads are very important for companies because allocating overheads accurately can help in maximizing the profits of a company. Because allocating overheads accurately helps in accurate cost identification. So pricing can be done to generate maximum profits. So in this way, overheads are very useful to companies, and understanding overheads can give you a lot of edge while working in the field of costing.